Weatherman, don't tell me lies, I know it's all a big surprise. It's a hocus pocus magic that you do.
Good morning, I'm Meteorologist David Knollhoff. Thank you for joining us on another weekly weather edition right here on WEITV. Remember, you can always catch us on Facebook and Twitter and on YouTube. That's where we're at right now, and not a whole lot of weather to talk about last week. Although I have to admit, on Monday, that was a big surprise. All the wind that came in behind a pretty powerful dry cold front, a low pressure center that had moved north of our area, all the rain of course well to our north, and it only brought us lots of wind. Actually, there was some damage along the I-35 corridor in points west. Houses experienced shingles had fallen off, and some trees had fallen down due to the winds. Wind speeds got up to around 60 miles per hour. That's tropical storm winds without the rainfall this past week. So unfortunately, that hit us on Monday, but it had been basically a nice week for all practical purposes. Some clouds and some sun and temperatures in the 60s and lows in the 30s this past week. And guess what? There's not really any big change. The pattern remains the same. We have a progressive pattern where all the storms are to our north or well to our south, and we're in this no zone of weather. And that's unfortunate because the drought is really coming back in full force, and we saw that last week when those winds hit. We had some wildfires in Bexar County and parts other counties like Travis County, some pretty big wildfires, and that gives us a memory of what it was like back in 2011 time frame. And so with the dry weather, the drought conditions are worsening, and unfortunately this next coming weekend and week, still dry conditions are going to persist. We're going to have several weak high pressure centers that go across our area. Some days we'll have some southerly winds, and other days we'll have some northerly winds, but it's dry, and we're not expecting any moisture really to come in this way, unfortunately. The nice part about the dry weather, though, is it's nice to get out. High temperatures are going to be in the 60s and 70s, warming up to the 70s on the Sunday time frame and the Monday time frame, and then we'll cool down back in the 60s for the rest of the week. Low temperatures are generally going to be in the 30s before Sunday and after Monday time frame, and low temperatures this weekend on Sunday and into Monday are going to be in the 40s. So that's what your weather looks like. Unfortunately, dry conditions are going to persist, and the drought conditions are going to continue to get worse. So on that note, we'll try to bring you some better weather forecasting next week. Adios, and off to Sydney.
Thank you, Dave, for that weekly update. Now for the environmental aspects in the Hill Country area. On March 2nd in Bernie at the Cibolo Nature Center, there's a workshop over harvesting rainwater and solar energy. On March 6th through the 8th in Austin, there's a Texas Water Conservation Association conference. And March 8th in Junction, there's a Texas Water Symposium about Texas Springs. Also on March 8th in Fredericksburg, there's a HMI Empowering Women in Agriculture. On March 9th in Bernie at the Cibolo Nature Center, there's another workshop, but this one's about native landscape design. Now for the fun fact of the week. USA has more tornadoes than any other country in the world, averaging around 1,200 per year. Thank you all for watching this week, and hope y'all have a great weekend.
Weatherman, don't tell me lies, I know it's all a big surprise. It's a hocus pocus magic that you do.